and thank you for tuning into the Hot or Not Yoga YouTube channel. My name is Krissie, and I'm going to be responsible for you the next couple of moments or so. Happy to have you. Hope you're happy to be here. If I haven't met you yet, hopefully I'll get to meet you when we're able to come back to the studio. But until now, here's the video. If you've taken my class before, you know that we're usually going to be highlighting and working with a very specific limb of the yoga, which is the asanas, the fourth limb. And asanas are those shapes, postures, places, and positions that we put the body in, and we want to agitate it and irritate it so that we can help promote change and expansion within our vessels. Now, that being said, with everything that's going on outside, I thought it would be a really good opportunity for us to highlight another limb of the yoga, which is pranayama. Now, pranayama is breath work, and there's multiple different styles of breath work that you can practice for really any given reason. Some are used to wring out the internal organs of the body. Others are used if we're in a very high stress or anxiety state. It can help bring the body down and calm the nervous system. But the type of breath work that we're going to be talking about specifically today is called Kapalabhati breathing, or also known as the skull shining breath. It's a personal favorite of mine, and I practice it all the time to keep my body uplifted and the immune system boosted. Now, this style of breath work is really, really important because what we're doing specifically is we're using a muscle called the transverse abdominis, which is in our abdominal cavity. Now, if you practice yoga before, you know the muscle that I'm talking about. It's the corset muscle. It's the muscle that we use to engage and lift, slide, and glide all throughout our yoga practice. We engage this transverse abdominis forcefully to help expel the air out very quickly, almost as if we were running. I call it subtle body cardio. So we're heating and activating up the body in the same way to help expel and clean out our respiratory system, and especially our lungs, because we want to get rid of all of the carbon dioxide that's getting hoarded within the pores of the lungs. Now, I usually like to say I'm scared of a couple of things. I'm scared of spiders, snakes, my mom, sharks, and I'm really scared of carbon dioxide, because what happens when carbon dioxide gets built up within the body, it starts to create a dis-ease within. And when that dis-ease starts to build up, it's going to lower our immune system. We're no longer able to fight off and ward off any of the toxins that are swirling and circulating throughout our environment. So I thought today would be a great opportunity. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's a lot easier if you actually witness somebody do it. And then I'm going to do a couple of rounds of it. I'm going to make the rounds really long, so that if you were into it and you felt inclined, you can rewind the video at the end and then you can join along with me and practice it. Now, there's a couple of things that we want to talk about before we do the breath work. One is if you are pregnant or if you have any high blood pressure, you are not going to practice this breath work today. This is a contraindication and it's dangerous. And of course, whenever we do anything within our practice, we always want to make sure that we are doing the safest version that we possibly can for ourselves. So don't do it. You don't get any gold stars for doing it. Just kind of sit aside, watch it, and maybe in the future, if you're not dealing with the pregnancy or the high blood pressure, you can incorporate it within your practice. That being said, do things that you want to do when you get started to practice this breath work. You're going to find something really comfortable to sit on. It could be a block, a bolster, a pillow, whatever it is that you can softly and comfortably sit on so that the hips are nicely, softly elevated above the knees. The second thing that you can use for this practice is a metronome. I used to use this in the very beginning when I was starting to practice the Kapalabhati breathing. And what the metronome is going to do is it's going to help you keep a pace with the breath. Just like if you were running, you want to keep a nice steady pace so that you can keep the heart rate up and keep the lungs being fresh and clean. Now, the pace is going to obviously help us keep a rhythm, and that rhythm is really going to help us get the most out of our breath work. So I like to turn on the metronome to a nice, comfortable rhythm that I can follow along with. And as you start to practice this breath work more and more, you're going to become more comfortable, and you're going to become more confident. And then you're going to notice that the body is going to start to innately pick up a pace, as you would if you were getting better at running. The body is going to start to pick up the pace. The breath work is going to get a little bit quicker. You'll notice that you're going to start to sweat, and you even become lightheaded, and that's why they call it the skull shining breath. If at any time with the breath work you notice that the lightheadedness is a little bit too overwhelming for you, all you're going to do is tuck the chin to the chest, and you're going to wait for the body to come back to a nice soft space. So now that we have all of our stuff to be comfortable and confident within the breath work, we're going to get started. I'm going to do a couple of rounds like I said, and then if you want to, rewind, and then you can join with me at the end. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands to a nice comfortable position on our knees. We're going to take a nice deep inhale and roll the shoulders up towards the ears and back down the sides of the body. I take a deep breath in through my nose, and I open out my mouth, and I expel the toxicity as quickly as I can. I'm going to do one more round of that, and I'm going to exhale out the mouth. Now when we do this breath work, we keep the mouth closed, and we are expelling the breath very quickly out of our nose, and we're allowing the breath to passively come back in through the nose. We are focusing only on the exhale with this breath. Our body knows what to do, how to intake the air, so we just let it do that softly, and we engage the transverse abdominal muscle to expel the air out of the lungs. So I'm going to do a round to prepare, and then I'm going to do the round to engage. So here we go. We're going to inhale, exhale. Inhale to prepare, exhale again. So as you can see, when I'm practicing that breath work, I'm keeping the body nice and calm, and I'm strongly engaging that transverse abdominis to quickly get the air out of the body. I'm allowing the breath to innately come back in, and I'm only focusing on the exhale. So I'm going to do one more round of that. I hope at the end of the video you guys practice it. Keep practicing it. You can't do this breath work enough. The more that you do this breath work, the cleaner the lungs are going to be, the better the immune system is going to be, and then the better outside in the environment your body is going to be able to handle all the toxicity that's swirling and circulating throughout. So I'm going to do one more round to prepare. Maybe you guys want to join along with me. Bring the hands to the knees. You're going to roll the shoulders away from the ears and down the sides of the body. We're going to take that inhale to clean out and wring out. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale to begin. Engage. Enjoy it, love it.